Now, let's see. Where were we?
Something about halflings in the desert.
No, not that. Though you should listen to that after this. Ah yes, that's right. After the epic highs and lows of underground cage fighting, the party returned to Prima Manor to settle their affairs with Bakra Prima. Upon their arrival, they were greeted by their butler Tick, who convinced them to help rid the mansion of a fiendish presence hidden deep beneath the manor grounds. The party spent the night in the Prima mausoleum, and in the morning, Faunalyn awoke with severe side effects, courtesy of the performance-enhancing drugs she consumed the night before. As such, it was determined that it would be best to leave her behind while Clay and Glimki descended beneath the mausoleum with Tick. They navigated Tick's illusions and winding stone hallways before discovering an underground lake. They rode out into the center of the lake and soon were joined by the creature they sought, a fiendish entity riding upon a skeletal crocodile. The creature had burning eyes and the skull of an owl bear, and it identified itself as Lemoris, the Skull Thief. They spoke with the creature for some time, attempting to learn more about its wants, and it quickly became apparent that it had some prior knowledge of Clay, referring to them as the Child of Verli. It went so far as to offer to leave the Prima mansion behind if Clay would go with it, but she refused. Negotiations soon broke down, and Glimki attacked Lemoris, leading to a perilous fight between the two parties. Although they were able to quickly slay him, he was brought back by the power of infernal tethers, and it was only by destroying the last of these tethers that they would be able to vanquish their foe. Just before Glimki could destroy the final one, Lemoris ordered his crocodile to drag Clay back to the Hells, and it very nearly succeeded. As the black water of the underground lake gave way to the fires of Sistilist, Glimki was able to destroy the final tether, and Clay was released. Though they were triumphant, there was no time to celebrate, as the ground the Prima mansion was built upon soon began to crumble, and the crypts began to collapse. Clay, Glimki, and Tick rushed to the exit, and just managed to escape as the mausoleum, along with the mansion, were pulled back into the ground. It was here they found Faunalyn, though not as they had left her. For you see, Faunalyn had wandered over to the mansion in search of more drugs, where she met with someone who appeared to be Bigfoot Prima, but was actually his father Gleer, who had magically altered his appearance. She attempted to negotiate with the man, but he was having none of it, and in a demonstration of his might, he reduced her mind to a pulp. And so, as Clay and Glimki found their friend, she stared at them with vacant eyes.
You already said all that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Shh. On with the story.
Come gather round, travelers, and sit on the stoop. We'll tell you a story about Bod Soup. Three lovable scamps in our traveling troupe. We'll tell you a story about Bod Soup.
Souping time. All right, Rumpus. What I'd like to do is share with you some facts about your players. Because your players are amazing people, these facts should be very pleasing. Just relax your bodies and be open to the facts. Try to enjoy each equally. These facts are not to be shared outside this podcast, but for now, they're yours to enjoy. Your player loves practical jokes. Your player once flew from Portland to Seattle. Your player was the subject of one of the longest and most exhaustive investigations in FBI history. Your player is Prima Zhao.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I'm Prima and I play Clay Campbell.
Your player is easily scared. Your player likes eating big, stinky sandwiches. Your player's first kiss was with his dog. Your player is Jordan Johnsen.
I'm Jordan Johnsen. I play Glimki Treefellow.
Your player loves the sound of rain. Your player once filled his coworker's phone with quarters. Your player is a proud Asian American. Your player is Shannon.
That's all 100% true, and I enjoyed every fact equally.
And I'm your Corpo Fastest Dungeon Master, Zach Meikle. Welcome to Bard Soup. Let's make some broth.
Ooh, Corpo Fascism!
And I want you to know, I wrote that one in advance, so if you didn't like it, we're going back to how it was.
I liked it. I got the reference, so that was great.
Perfect. We join our party running through the woods outside Prailme Manor after their near-death experience above and below. It is still early in the day, probably not even noon. Sun trickles down through the canopy of trees above you, and you are running from the destruction of Prailme Manor. And I don't know if Clay and Glimki have really had a moment to fully process what has happened to Faunalyn. She has been nonverbal, she's been compliant, but otherwise has not been herself. I mean, has not been herself in any sense. She's been nonverbal and compliant. Clearly not herself.
We're laughing about my condition now, everybody? Everybody, are we laughing about my condition now? Oh, what cruelty lurks in the hearts of men.
And what actually came out of her mouth was,
Where are you going? What are you doing?
I think I'm just like Faunalyn's hand in my hand, running, dragging her along. In terms of direction, I don't know. We're just trying to get out of the grounds first, right?
Yeah, is this like a sinkhole, like a quicksand type situation where everything's being sucked in, or?
It seems to have stopped. There's like some aftershocks, but it seems like the mansion, the immediate surrounding grounds were all pulled into this sinkhole, but it is not spreading currently.
And where's Tick?
He did not run with you.
Okay. I don't know. Like right now, I don't think Glimki's thinking about where he's going. I think it's just like running to get out of the grounds. Like, so once we start hitting pavement, like outside the gates, maybe we'll have a moment, but it's like, yeah, let's just get the hell out of here.
Okay. You run. You don't stop. The two of you dragging Faunalyn behind you from somewhere closer than you would like.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Breaking through the trees. A massive ursine figure clad in feathers. Hoo! Starts charging towards you.
Oh, why?
What?
Anyone got ceviche on them?
I promise I can't speak.
Oh, shoot.
That's so sad.
I've got no spells. I've got no lay on hands. I think keep running. Just keep running. Yeah.
You start running, and
Boom. Boom.
the creature is as fast as you, faster maybe. With a mighty leap, it jumps through the air, flying right over top of you, landing with a big explosion of dust and debris as it lands on the ground on the path in front of you. It rears back up onto its hind legs. And it starts slowly walking towards you. And then suddenly it sits. And then it falls over onto its side. And then it rolls over. And crashing through the trees, you see Tick flying towards you, a whistle held within his beak.
The whistle.
He lets off a few more quick breaths, and the owlbear pulls itself back up to its feet and crashes off into the woods.
Dang.
You have to go. I will find you tonight. I'll make good on the price you are owed. But for now, you need to go.
You got it.
Yep, we're going.
Come now, Faunalyn.
Faunalyn has 2 twigs and has shoved one up her nostril and is working on shoving the other one up her other nostril.
Very good. Keep that up. And I'm just going to drag her along.
The two of you drag your walrus friend through the grounds, and before long, you get to that familiar gate. You're able to push it open and step out into the Ruby District proper. Probably your first time seeing it during the day. It is bright and green and lush. You see off in the distance this tower. A block is floating off of it, attaches itself up at the zenith. You see a beautiful marble fountain depicting a group of heroes, water spraying out of their hands and mouths in an approximation of magical spells being cast.
Faunalyn tries to climb into the fountain.
Whoa. Lady Faunalyn, what are you doing?
What? No.
Come back.
I'm just going to yank her back, and I want to grab her face and look at her eyes. What do we see? Like, what does it look like back there?
When you look into Faunalyn's eyes, it is like looking into... It is just a reflective surface. They are a little bit glassy. They're just staring off into the distance, into the middle ground. She doesn't really seem to acknowledge you as you do so.
What kind of magic is this? Clay, have you seen this before?
What kind of drugs did she take?
I don't think it's the drugs. Doesn't look like Blackleaf.
Yeah. Can I do a medicine check?
Go for it. And can I say while you're rolling that, there was a moment where Prima was like, hey, check his gums to see if they're black regarding Bickford. And I wish you'd gone through with it, because they wouldn't have been. And maybe they wouldn't have told you nothing, but they wouldn't have been, and wouldn't have that been an interesting thing. But it's okay. Anyway, what'd you get on your medicine check?
I rolled a 12 for a 17.
You have to look past the exhaustion, because there's certain physical symptoms. She's normally very poised and proper. She's a little beat up, a little, just a little weak in the moment. And it's hard to determine just how much of that is what was affecting her the last time you saw her versus whatever has happened in the meantime. But you pull her lip back. There's no staining of her gums. You do a quick evaluation, smell her breath. It doesn't appear to be liquor. It doesn't appear to be any other sort of ingestible that you're familiar with. You've seen people in the Copper District and beyond take all manner of substance, but nothing that has left them in a stupor like this. I think with a 17, you are able to ascertain that this is either something really bad, like a parasite, a brainworm, something just like that has gotten inside of her and done terrible things, or something arcane.
Okay. I relay this to Glimki. I think something terrible must have happened to Lady Faunalyn. This looks like someone did this to her. What could have happened?
I'm not sure. Maybe one of the people of the house found her and did something to her. I hate to say it, but I feel like we might need to go back to that priest of Macrog again and ask for aid.
Yeah, I think, maybe they'll know what's wrong with her. Do you think maybe Bakra did this?
Maybe. I think that might be her only option. I don't know any restorative spells that could help her.
No, I'm all out of spells also. We can head there, I guess, right now.
Yeah, we should. And try to patch ourselves up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Clock wipe.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
You catch some looks walking through the Ruby District with two people, both of whom are soaking wet, one of whom who is bleeding from their side still.
Okay.
A third person who is kind of slouched between their arms, dragging their heels, not seeming totally out of place, but not seeming like the typical resident of the Ruby District. But you manage to stay off of the main streets as much as possible, eventually making it over the bridge, back to the Sapphire District, over to the Gold District, and eventually you find yourselves once again at the Dragon's Heart Cathedral. I'll say it takes longer than normal. If you recall, Faunalyn's speed was halved from the exhaustion, so even when you don't need to be avoiding the main streets, she looks tired. She's moving slowly, but you're able to guide her through these various parts of the city, and eventually, like I said, you are at Dragon's Heart Cathedral.
Damn, if this is the second time we've come here all beat up like this.
I know. I feel like we're gonna run out of favors. I mean, seem to have a good relationship, so...
Yeah, I feel like I need to get better at my own healing spells. Anyways, let's go in. Maybe I can learn something.
You push the heavy wooden door open and step into the entry hall of the church. You see a familiar young boy dozing on a stool in the corner, but he doesn't disturb you, and you definitely don't disturb him. What are you doing?
Bring her to that main room again?
Yeah, I think we were in some sort of like infirmary room before with beds. We'll just go back there.
Okay. I'll say, Clay, you bring Faunalyn down those familiar set of hallways to the room you were at but a few nights ago. Lay her down on one of the empty beds. And Glimki, you head off into the main hall. It is, like I said, still morning. It is not a day of specific worship, so things are fairly quiet. You see a couple of acolytes cleaning up, sweeping and dusting. Above you, this beautiful gleaming crystal is suspended just a few inches from the ceiling, casting shades of pink and blue throughout the space. You look around and you do not see this friend of Clay's, this bright scale.
Can I call out to some of the acolytes? Excuse me, please, anybody. I need someone to help me. Anybody.
A young girl with short cut hair, not quite shaved, but very short hair, puts down a broom and walks over to you and says, "Greetings, brother. What might I do for you?"
I need healing magic, something restorative, something strong. Where is Brightscale?
I believe the bright scale is praying in his chambers. Is this an urgent matter? I can fetch him if you require.
Please do.
Very well. And she hurries off and goes up a set of stairs leading up out of this chamber. A few minutes later, this familiar elven man with long cinnamon brown hair and small little beard, which you don't think he had last time you saw him, but
It's trying something.
trying something out. He steps into the chamber and says, "Ah, yes, I remember you. You're Clay's friend. Are you all right? Is Clay all right?"
We've been better. I think we're getting into a weird habit of showing up here when we're a little worse for wear. Clay is fine. The problem is Faunalyn. I think someone broke her brain.
Broke her brain.
I don't know how else to describe it. It's like nothing is inside her head anymore.
That's very interesting. I'm glad you came to me. I forget my musings. Oh, let us depart at once. Is she...
Clay took her down to the rooms.
Very good. Then let us see. And he quickly marches out of the room and goes down the hallway and finds an open door and finds Clay sitting there next to Faunalyn, who's just kind of staring up at the ceiling. The priest moves in and grabs Faunalyn's hand and checks her pulse and looks into her eyes, mutters a quick prayer, and a little ring he's holding emits a bright light. He shines it into her eyes. She doesn't really react. Excuse me. Ma'am, can you hear me? I do not know her well, of course, but I can't say this is how I remember her last time you graced my doorstep.
Wow, he's being cute.
No, this isn't like her at all.
Was she enfeebled last time? I'm gonna enfeeble his ass the second I wake up.
He closes his eyes and gets down on his knees next to the bed and says, "Oh, mighty Macrog, father of all dragons, bringer of the light, please reveal to me whether this poor woman is suffering from the ill effects of a poison." And he sits there for a minute and shakes his head. Not a poison, it's something worse, probably. Something magical in nature. I can probably help her. I can't make any guarantees. This could be a curse or something else. I assume it's reversible, but I can't promise. I would like to try a ritual, but it comes with a certain cost in material components, specifically diamonds.
What do you need?
I would need approximately 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust, to be specific. Normally, these services would be procured or could be procured through donation. Costs, of course, going to benefit those who are suffering out in the larger community, to spread the word of Macrog to the darker places of this world.
Do you need the dust, or is the gold fine?
We have the dust.
Glimki ruffles into his bag and pulls out a sack of gold and drops it on the floor. He's like, that should do it.
Thank you, my child. We do appreciate it. This will allow us to keep our supplies in good supply and ensure that we can help others as they need it.
I am talking about the needy out there. Bitch, there's needy right here. You shook her down.
You give him 100 gold?
I just minused all of my gold. Yeah, 100 pieces.
Wow.
I'm at 0.
He leaves and he comes back a few minutes later with a chalice filled with a dark liquid and a little satchel that he gingerly opens up, and you see it's full of this shimmering dust that he starts to sprinkle in a circle around Faunalyn. He takes the dark liquid and flicks little droplets on her, and once again prays to Macrog, asking for restoration to restore to her what was lost, what was taken. Faunalyn,
Me.
you wake up, or you were always awake, or you were at a table and now you're staring at a ceiling, but you feel your senses return to you.
Am I still exhausted?
Yes.
He's not a very good cleric, then.
For the price of 400 more gold pieces, you can have all your exhaustion removed.
Jeez, this guy's a shyster.
Hey, we got his stuff for free before, did we not?
This is a fair point. Okay, you got us there. What the fuck? Okay.
Lady Faunalyn.
Why am I here? Yeah, hi Clay. What the
Whoa.
fuck?
You were so out of it. How are you feeling?
Okay. Well, I think I feel not great because I was at breakfast with Bip and then he wasn't Bip. He was their jackass dad who I'm going to, well, let me check. Macrog guy.
Yes.
What's the godly vibe check on bashing someone's brain in with a rock?
Generally frowned upon.
Generally is what I needed to hear. Thank you.
Exceptions can be made.
Yes, this would
For
be one of the
justice.
exceptions. I feel quite confident. Okay, I was speaking to him and not amenable to reason whatsoever. And then he went, I'm going to melt your brain. And I remember shoving something up my nose. I remember being really happy to see you two. And then I think we like pet an owlbear, and now I'm here. So I think he did do something to my brain. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate. So there was something in there left, which is good.
Mhm. You just weren't talking, and you just kept going me, and nothing else.
No, I feel like I wasn't really having thoughts. It was like watching a movie of myself, but I didn't know what words or colors or shapes were.
You were in the sunken place.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oh, good. What a good way of putting that. Speaking of sunken places, what happened in the crypt?
We sunk it.
Really?
I think we might have already gotten your revenge on the Pralmy family because their house is no more.
Oh man, Faunalyn, you'd be so proud. We came out and then I was running and I grabbed you and then I turned while their entire manor was collapsing into itself. And then I said, what did I say? Something about
Or the house
something about house
Vaydark.
Vaydark. It was sick.
It was cool. I was too busy running, but
To be honest, I don't know if they heard me per se, because the sound of the house collapsing in on itself was like very loud. So I tried.
No, that's amazing. That is so touching to me that you would, your fighting words as you destroy all of their material property were, from me. That's so touching, really. Of course, I couldn't hear them, but
I mean, to be honest, I don't really have any other stake in it.
I have a lot of stake in it. I didn't like having my brain melted, so I think I'm going to kill his family and then individually shit on their graves.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is
that
that before
overreacting?
or after we figure out the princess thing?
I just think we could make a detour.
We made the detour to that, and then like, hey, sorry to say, I know that you had your brain broken and stuff, but Clay and I and our new friend, who's kind of sick actually, I was kind of against him at first, but then Mans showed up. Take is kind of cool, actually, I think. We've fought like the devil or something.
Whoa.
yeah, the demon in their basement was indeed pretty scary. But I think we got rid of him, right? Did he die?
I'm pretty sure we killed him dead, yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that the source of Glier's power has evaporated, or been vanquished rather, and I can go and hit him in the brain with a rock, and he will be as squishy as any normal man.
Well, I mean, he still seems like he is some sort of powerful spell casting being if he messed you up that easily.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm fixating. Don't worry about me. I won't seek out any kind of revenge. Don't worry. On a side note, Mr. Priestman, could you give us the room, please?
Of course.
Bright Scale, before you go, thank you again for your help.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Clay, come find me when you're finished. There's something I would like to discuss with you.
Yes, of course.
And he exits the room.
Firstly, am I the only one who's loving the goatee on him?
He has a
Yeah, it's pretty
goatee.
cute.
Yeah, he's quite like waifish looking, but he has such a butch voice, and I just feel like the goatee kind of brings it all together.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm vamping. On a second and more serious note, I am so grateful that I've found friends and companions like you who are willing to, like avenge me and say badass things like go House Vaydark or whatever cool thing you said. I believe it was very cool. The only problem is, how do I say this? Have you guys ever been in a situation where like you've been lying to your friends the entire time they've known you and like you try to come clean about it, but then you're like, wow, it's not nice to lie to all your friends all the time, and then you feel like kind of a jerk. And anyway, has that ever happened to you?
I don't think so.
Not really.
Oh, okay, just me then. Cool. So the thing is, there's a non-zero chance that I die or am irreparably altered while hanging out with you two. And it's really important to me that I don't get buried in Vaydark colors under the Vaydark name. And I think we'll just leave it at that.
What?
Then what colors and what name are you to be buried under?
What do you mean?
Probably like my real name, which isn't Faunalyn.
Are you not a Vaydark?
What the what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, okay, so it's important that you two keep calling me Faunalyn all the time, but that's not my name.
Okay.
What is your name?
I'm nailing this. I feel like I'm really nailing this, and you two are being receptive. This is good. This is good. Honesty is good.
Well, I think the thing is, you haven't really said anything yet.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
I'm confused.
so my house colors are heather and mulberry, and my name is. I shouldn't say what my name is. It doesn't matter what my name is. You don't need to know it.
No.
But the point is.
What? No. You don't make us walk into crypts to deal with some bullshit family vengeance plot to then reveal that your name is not your name and then be backpedaled out of the situation, not reveal what your name is? No, what?
Okay, well, just the thing is, I've been very honest about many, many things.
No,
and
I don't think you have.
It's just like the person you know is me, you know? Like, there's not a lot of pretense. I've just been pretending to be someone else.
Man, it's crazy. Because I honestly was starting to like you again.
What? You don't. What? Why doesn't this make what? It's just a little fib.
I don't know who you are.
Okay, all right. Come close. I have to say, come close. I have to say it quietly. Come closer. Huddle up.
Is there a real Lady Faunalyn then?
Yes, and she sucks. She's terrible. I am her, but 1,000 times cooler. The Vaydarks, on average, are pieces of shit. Okay, my name is Farideh Thrillwin. Never say that name again. Because the thing about being a Thrillwin is that we're kind of persecuted politically by the Vaydarks. So the point is, if it gets around that I'm Farideh Thrillwin, we're talking imprisonment, we're talking beheading, we're talking stripped of my reputation, humiliated, left destitute, probably imprisoned, actually. I think I said imprisoned already, but imprisonment is a big thing for Thrillwins. It's all elf drama.
And what would happen, I don't know, just painting a picture, if people were to find out that this person's compatriots were helping them keep up an illusion of a fake identity that would end up with them either in prison, beheaded, destitute.
My bad. You know what? You got me there again. My bad. I would say you are... We have a saying in Uleth Orthiad. It's, you're complicit. So I guess you're in on it now. The point is, I've been really myself all the time, and I really appreciate you two, and I feel we've grown a very authentic friendship, and I've been lying about my identity to protect myself and also enjoy luxuries, but I just don't want to die and then have you two put together a really touching ceremony for Faunalyn Vaydark.
I can promise you I will not be doing that.
Glimki, you're mad at me?
Yeah.
Why?
I have, time and time again, put my life and Clay's life on the line for all the crap that you have gotten us into repeatedly.
What crap have I gotten us into?
Oh, I just knocked over a house for you.
That wasn't for me. That was for, oh shit, that was for me. Yeah. Okay, that was for me. Yeah, you got me there. And I guess you think that it doesn't, it's not, because you didn't know my real name, it doesn't count anymore? The friendships and everything?
You know what? I don't know right now. Maybe we all just need to take a beat, and also you owe me 100 gold.
Fine. I hand over my entire gold purse, which is 110 gold pieces. There. I added a tip, since you've been a very, very good employee.
Nice. Glimki leaves.
Oh,
Clay, do you feel the way Glimki does?
I'm just confused. Lady Faunalyn. I guess not Lady Faunalyn?
No, Lady Faunalyn, please. I didn't want to
Lady
be
Faunalyn?
persecuted.
I don't know. How did you come, like, what? I'm just so confused. This is completely unexpected.
I I guess I don't totally know how to well, which part confuses you?
I don't know. It must have been really scary to hide all this time. And I don't know, like, does no one know who you are except me and Glimki now?
Fallow knows. Fallow's been very
Okay.
helpful, actually. Fallow's kind of in on it.
And on what? Like what how like what is happening? Like what are you doing this?
I guess the situation is that, like, I was politically persecuted, cut forward 80 years. I was toiling in the fields, kind of. Actually, I was a tailor, but I was a laborer. I didn't like it. And basically, for my own personal reasons, which are very good and very compelling, I decided to be Faunalyn Vaydark for a while. And that's when you met me.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm coming around to it. It's just so, I don't know, unexpected. I don't know anything about you, it feels like.
Well, I mean, your name isn't really Flora Fauna.
But you know my real name. It's Clay.
Well, now you know my real name too. We've had a lot of names for each other. We've been Rumpus, we've been Flora Fauna, you've been Clay, you've been second best friend. We've been a lot of things to each other, and now I just happen to be fair to throw into you.
Well, what if something like this happens again and like one of us becomes incapacitated? Like, is someone gonna come after you? Like, is someone gonna come after the real Lady Faunalyn? Like, where is she?
Yeah, she's like being nasty in the forest. She's like coughing blood into a handkerchief 10,000 miles away. You don't need to worry about her.
Okay.
Also, I'm way better looking than her, so I'm doing amazing things for her reputation.
I guess, yeah. I mean, we've been going around, like, working for you, Lady Faunalyn, and like with stakes on like Lady Faunalyn's reputation. So I guess I want to know like where this is going. Like, do you want to continue being her?
Oh, yeah, no, so all the reputation stuff, don't get me wrong, I'm vain. I like it when people like me, but it's been more of it's really important that people respect me and don't question my position because I could lose it all and be persecuted, kind of a thing. Like, the reputation is not just vanity, it's kind of been like,
Mm.
be cool or potentially lose it all. Playing a high stakes game.
Then couldn't you be anyone you wanted? You don't have to be someone else. You could be yourself, but someone new.
Well, Clay, you've created a paradox because myself likes opulence. So I could be anyone else, but I'd rather be someone rich. And honestly, you can make up a name, but Lord Halfwit Diddle Doddle doesn't really get you through the door.
So I guess if we find the princess, is that what your wish will be? To become rich and then you can be whoever you want?
I mean, wealth will be part of it, but actually, I'll be freeing my family from our persecutors, primarily. And I don't know how far a boon goes, but if I can get back our title, our rightful lands, and our ancestral home while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and do that too. And then money with whatever else is left. I don't know how much the credit goes for.
So where are your family now?
You're just getting my whole little backstory, aren't you, Clay?
I mean, I guess you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It must have been hard, like, hiding all this, and I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna tell anyone.
It hasn't, honestly, it has been hard. Like, when people have tried to kill me and when my blackmailing has gone horribly awry and the multiple assassination attempts and whatnot. That has been hard, but honestly, I've felt more myself these last few weeks being myself as Faunalyn Vaydark than I felt the 80 years prior. I was a shadow of myself for many years. And as wretched as it may sound, when I am being petty and ridiculous and blackmailing people and being spiteful, that is me being my truest self. And I'm sorry that I lied to you about my name, and I'm sorry for the many quandaries I've put you in. But I'm not sorry for the pettiness and the quandaries and the foolishness and the ridiculousness, because that's the core of who I am. And if we're friends, then that's what you're friends with.
I haven't known you for very long, but I think we are friends. We've gone through a lot already together, and I like you as you are. So I guess it's just I didn't know there was so much more to learn about you.
You know, I'll use my last remaining 3 coppers. Glimki really dried up the coffers there. He really took me to the cleaners. What a good employee, am I right? Cleaning. Just a little cruel joke. That's part of me too. The point was, I'll buy us some drinks and I'll give you the whole sordid tale. You asked where my family is. Many of them are unjustly imprisoned, and the other half are running a really cute and respectable shop in a town called Little Hambling.
Aw,
They run a shop. It's called Bodkins on the Cross. I'm really good at sewing. I did it for like 80 years.
I think if we can save this princess and get the boon from the king, then we can. I want to help you save your family also.
And I want to help you make a shop and spend time with your dad.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
Cool. So we're still good? We're still buddies?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And as my buddy, if Glimki says my real name out loud, you'll punch him in the head for me?
Yes, I think
Good.
we need
good.
to all be mind wiped so we have plausible deniability.
It's all good. Forget I said it. Just don't bury me in ugly ass Vaydark colors. Anyway.
What are the Vaydark colors again? Instead of navy.
Lighter blue and steel gray.
Oh.
Light blue?
Light blue and steel gray. Boring. Derivative. Plain. Washed out. Have some dynamitism. Also, lighter blue. That's not a color. They're so stupid. They do run the country, though. Anyway, so we're good. Glimki's really mad at me, but honestly, it's Tuesday, so what else is new? And,
I think he'll come around.
oh, I hope so.
I think he's just shocked by this news. Also, like, we just fought a demon, and I don't know. It was really creepy, and he seemed to know me, the demon.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I don't know. I think he's just, I don't know. Everything's been going on. I think he'll come around. What are we doing now? Like, what's our next step?
I didn't really, yeah, I don't really know. Glimki often is kind of the driving force behind our... Okay, let me put it together. We don't need Glimki. Okay. I really wish Glimki was here, though. I hate when he's mad at me. Okay. So we got the key. Backrow was going to ruin my reputation, but that probably won't happen now, right? We should get on a boat, I think.
Yeah, we have to chase after the people who took the princess, and they went to the Anchor's Chain.
Okay.
And no idea where Prince Elling Malfirth is now.
Is Tick getting us a boat? Oh! Stupid! We've got it. Literally, I've got it. I know how to get us a boat. It's easy. It's actually so easy, and it's actually insane that I didn't think of it before. I wish Glimki was here, because then I could tell him and he'd be really impressed by how smart I'm being. We're going to get the Prelmy signet ring, right? And I'm literally the best in the business at impersonating nobles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to forge us a document that says this ship is now being chartered by the Prelmys to go to such and such place. I will stamp it with the signet ring. I'll dress up like Bakra, go down to the harbor and be like, give us this boat. We're going. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, but the Prelmys aren't in shipping, so maybe I should dress up like a humiliation. I have a lot of blue face paint. This could work. We don't have a crest, though.
Tick is supposed to come find us. What else did we ask from him? Should we meet with the princess's handmaiden?
Oh, yes, we need to speak to Melara Malomni. Yes, we need to talk to her. I don't know, Glimki should be here. I'm going to fling open the door as strongly as I can with my weak little arm right now and go, Glimki, I know you're mad, but we need to strategize. Glimki, I know how to get us a boat, and it's really smart. Glimki, I'll buy you a book. Glimki, I'll have Fallow promise to oversee the azaleas while we're gone. Glimki, I'll make you my vizier when I'm queen of the forest.
And we cut to Glimki. Where'd he go?
Like up in the main hall, I think.
Okay.
Is Bright Scale there, or is he back in his chambers?
I'd say he's near the front, sitting in a pew. He's got a large tome open. He's slowly looking through it.
I just want to walk and sit next to him in the pew, quietly.
He turns the page, and you look over at this large illustration of a dragon with dozens of different scales, each of a different color. At first you see that there are birds circling around it, and then you realize those birds are actually dragons, and it outsizes every single one of them. A fearsome god, no doubt.
Indeed. Macrog is the Lord of Divine Radiance, right?
Indeed, that is one of the domains he oversees.
And also, people believe he will bring judgment, correct?
Indeed. More than merely an arbiter of punishment, but he does seek that, well, he himself has sought to extinguish the dark forces of this world, going so far as to cast his firstborn child into the abyss after she was corrupted. But it's not all fire and brimstone. I believe there's room for mercy and redemption, transformation.
And what would you think is too far gone? I mean, it's not your place to make the judgment, but in your studies or in your scripture, what would a wicked person look like?
For my god, he battled his daughter for a year straight, up and down the sides of Mount Otanida before carrying her down into the depths of the abyss himself. I'm sure there were many times when he wanted to give up before then, but he kept fighting, even after the most foul of betrayals. Some have wondered if he was willing to fight for that long. Why did he not fight longer to save her? Others have wondered why he didn't, in his divine wisdom, immediately understand that some are beyond saving. Whatever you are grappling with, I personally believe that there are very few things one can't come back from. But there has to be a sign, an effort, a willingness to change. Even a small one to start. Because there has to be a limit, right?
I believe there is. But if what you're saying, some people believe that even Macrog, the god himself, should have kept fighting, I guess for even the chance at saving his own daughter? I mean, I guess it would be silly to not take that as a divine lesson. Macrog is not really the god for me, I think. But I do understand this importance in yours and Clay's life. I think I have a lot to learn still here.
As do I.
Was there ever a moment where you felt that maybe Macrog was not the right one for you?
There have been times where perhaps I was drawn to a less fierce god. The people of my home, many worship Usik, Night's Watcher, And I think there's merit amongst the fire, the splendor of Macrog. I sometimes look to the night sky, look to Night's Watcher, and take in the quiet of it all. Even if Macrog is not one whom you feel the strongest connection with, there are many within the Divine Octad that perhaps would speak more to you, would have more in line with what you personally value, and there's nothing wrong with that. Very few worship all 8 equally, and those that do usually wind up at the Astral Cascade overseeing the High Church.
Well, I'm more of a spiritual guy.
I see.
Where I'm from, we have a lot of different beliefs on the forces of nature, if you will. And when I look to Macrog and I see fire, to us, fire is part of the cycle. It's totally normal. But in Dwells and in the forest, a fire can burn and provide warmth and health, but if left unchecked, it's destructive and it's a danger. So we, like the Watcher, always keep an eye on our fires. And maybe if I'm not the one to place judgment, it's more my duty to just watch.
Alas, a heretic in our midst. I kid. That is a beautiful sentiment.
Thank you, Bright Scale. I don't think you know how much this helped me.
I'm just glad to know that it did.
Also, just quick question. For 110 gold pieces, could we just reverse the whole brain melt thing again?
Well, I could ask Macrog to smite her in a pillar of fire, or just melt the brain, but he's not inclined to that on most occasions.
Fair. You know, again, it's not our place to judge, and maybe it's not time for her judgment just yet.
Maybe not just yet.
Thanks, Bright Scale.
Of course. When you go back there, could you please ask Clay to come speak with me? I want to make sure they don't slip out without saying goodbye.
Of course.
And as you walk out into that hallway, you hear...
Glimki, I'll give you the larger half of my sandwich every single time we have sandwiches ever for the duration of the time we're hanging out. Glimki.
Okay.
I told you, Clay, he loves sandwiches.
Wow, it was the sandwiches that got him.
It's the sandwiches that got him. I knew it.
Glimki comes back in, and he throws you your sack of gold again.
Oh, a gift? What's this for?
No, you're worth the investment.
Oh, that's really nice. Why didn't we split it? Because I think you're worth the investment too.
It's okay. I've had some time to process all this.
You're not mad at me anymore?
I don't think I'm done. I had some time.
Okay. You can be mad at me for a little bit. I gave Clay like a really good speech while you were gone about how like all the pettiness and the piece of shitness and like the being terrible and unlikable, like that's all me. You know, like you really got to know the real me. I said it better with Clay, but anyway.
That's reassuring. Thank you.
So take the time you need.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah, okay, let's go get sandwiches and talk about plans.
Yes.
Are we finally going to leave this town? Or what's the deal?
Well, I have such a good plan to get us a boat for free, and it's really actually good. And I'm going to be super myself to do it, which means I'm going to lie and pretend to be someone else. Okay, so I think what we should do is we should I was thinking about it. I actually think that what we should do is get a humiliation signet ring, which I think we can do. And then I think we should go down to the docks, forge a document saying, I'm a humiliation. We're chartering this ship to go to the Isles. Stamp it with the signet ring. I'll paint myself blue, lie my little ass off, and then we get on the boat.
How much gold do we have now?
No, we don't have to pay. That's the thing, because they own the ships. We just have to find a humiliation ship and say, we're chartering you, baby.
How much gold do we have now?
Oh, I have 110 gold pieces.
I have 100 too, so I think we still have 200 gold.
Okay, that's not bad. Did we talk about how much it was to just get on a boat?
Oh, how much is it to just get on a boat?
I believe when you last spoke to the harbor master, that concept did arise. And passage for 3 from Erdenine to Shade Tree Shores, which, depending on your perspective, would be the first island in the Anchor's Chain. So just like getting you to the islands in the first place would be about 50 gold for the 3 of you combined.
What?
50 gold for the 3 of us?
Yes.
What the hell have we been doing?
Are you shitting me right now, Glimki?
Let's just go to the docks.
Let's just okay. What's this? The cool bird wanted to see us, and I want our payout. And I have to say goodbye to Fallow because if she dies and I haven't told her I loved her, I'll throw myself in the ocean.
Got it.
And she could die any day. She's so old.
Yeah, fair. Why don't you go? How are you feeling? Like pretty shit?
Like pretty shit, yeah.
Yeah, fair. Okay, well, Clay, Brightscale wants to talk to you first.
Oh, okay.
Then we could wait. Like, I don't know if Tick's gonna know where we are. He's a pretty resourceful guy. Maybe he will. And then we'll go see, go back to the house, say our goodbyes, check on the flowers, and let's get the hell out of Dodge.
We're going to get on a boat. Amazing. Out of character, I'm racking my brain for any other loose ends we would have to tie up here. Oh, Milani!
Milani Marinelli.
The handmaid.
Yeah.
Milani, we have to talk to Tick and find out when we can speak to her. Hopefully it's tonight.
Okay.
We have to talk to her. It could give us more information. It's pursuant to finding the princess, at least. It may not be getting on a boat, but let's talk to Tick and see when we can see her. If it's like a week from now, maybe we just go. But I think it'd be cool to see her. Maybe we could just write her a letter.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, Clay! Oh my God, Clay! What? I'm actually the worst. I'm really self-centered, and I should work on that, if nothing else. You said the demon thing knew you?
Yeah, I don't know. It dragged me. Crocodile dragged me down into the water, like really far. And I thought I saw fire.
Clay, are you from hell?
I don't know. And he called me something, and I don't know if he was talking to me or if he mistook me for someone, but
Clay, no one has mistaken you for anyone ever.
I don't know. I think I can pass as a flora fauna.
Okay, maybe someone mistook you for your other identity, but you look like nobody else on this planet.
But then what could he possibly want with me?
I don't know. Do you have any like spooky things in your backstory?
Not that I can think of.
Who are you know who your dad is. Who's your mom?
I don't have one.
Clay.
What?
That's not how that works.
What?
You have a mom.
No, I don't. I've only ever had my dad in my life.
So maybe your mom is like the queen of hell or something. Oh my God, Clay, are you noble too?
What?
Clay is
I have
obviously
no
someone
idea.
Infernally important.
Glimki goes back upstairs to talk to Brightscale.
I'll go with you. I need to talk to him too.
I'm going to toddle out and buy some sandwiches.
So the two of you head off to the lobby, the atrium, whatever we want to call it, the hall, the main hall. Faunalyn toddles off to buy sandwiches.
Yes, Glimki loves them.
And yeah, it hasn't been long. The Brightscale's where you left him, still reading that book.
Brightscale work? You wanted to talk to me?
Yes. And Glimki, have you come with, or are you just like...
I'm gonna go wander around. This is like, there's like the big statue with the crystal. That's all here, right?
Yeah, the crystal's like suspended above the ground.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just walking around looking at stuff.
Yeah, there's like this big tapestry portraying different moments in the many adventures of Macrog. As you're walking around, I think your eyes are drawn. Like I said, I think in the past, there's like a lot of stained glass. Your eyes are drawn to this one part of this stained glass tableau. And you see this familiar depiction of Macrog, this dragon with blue and green and red and silver and gold scales, locked claw in claw with another dragon. This one is silver and slender and appears to have a brain growing out of its back. And you see in one part of the depiction, the two are fighting in the sky. And then in the next, you see they are diving deep into the ground. And then in the third, you see this other dragon is imprisoned in a metallic ball, almost like an egg, deep beneath the ground. And Macrog is flying away. You see a single blue piece of glass in the corner of his eye. And Clay, you go and speak with the Bright Scale, and he says, yes, I'll keep it short, but frankly, prior to last week, it had been some time since we'd seen each other. And now, of the 3 times I've seen you in the last 2 weeks, 2 of those occasions you've been on death's door. And he looks you over, looks at the blood stain on your clothes, or at least the next best thing. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. But I am worried about you, and whatever line of employment you've found with this noble woman seems to come with a high degree of danger. There is a mission, more of a pilgrimage, going to Al Arsha in a few weeks' time, and I was wondering if you would care to join some members of our congregation. They're going to go there to the Holy Land and learn from the locals and speak with the Dragon Lords and learn more about our god Macrog, and it might just be a little bit safer than whatever you're currently embroiled in. If you want to come with, you'd be more than welcome. And the church is covering all expenses, so don't worry about anything like that.
Wow. Thank you so much for the offer, and I can't even begin to thank you for all the help you've given me and my friends over the past couple days. Things suddenly got kind of rough for me. I can't lie to you. I've made some mistakes, and I'm trying to atone for them and make things right. I think I'm making some progress. I'm trying to figure things out, make sure I've fixed what I've done wrong, and I'm trying to find a way to do that Macrog would be okay with. I don't know if I'm ready to choose the safer route right now. Yeah, I'm struggling a little to understand Macrog's guidance for me. Can kind of feel the judgment sometimes, but I want to make things right first. It's just kind of tough, and I don't really know what I'm doing.
Of course. Well, I would say be careful you're not inferring Macrog's judgment from your own, and be kind to yourself. Whatever mistakes you may have made are no different than the mistakes any of us have made.
Thank you. Thank you again for all your help. You were right. It's been a while since, I came to visit you before all this stuff started happening. The princess is missing and everything. I wanted to ask you as well, do you know anything about when we first met before I kind of woke up from my sickness? Because yesterday, me and Glimki, we fought Lamoris, the skull thief, and he seemed to recognize me, and I'm just kind of worried about what that might mean.
Well, for starters, I don't know who or what a Lamoris the skull thief is, but sounds like a bad individual.
What was the name that it called you?
The child of
Verily?
Verily. Child of Verily. Is that a name?
Sounds like it could be, though not one I'm familiar with. I don't know how much you know about who you are, where you're from, and I don't know how much it is my place to fill in the blanks. It would be my advice to go speak with your father. He might be able to provide some more information that perhaps is not mine to share. I'm confident he would be happy to see you, so it's perhaps two birds, one stone situation.
Yeah, I think it is a good idea. I haven't seen him in a while and I miss him. I just don't want to bring any danger to him at this time, I guess. And yeah, I don't really remember anything. All I know is that you saved me back then and you've been saving me again this time. So I'm going to keep going the way I am and hopefully things work out. I'll do my best. Yeah, thank you.
Our best is all any of us can do. He gets to his feet and kind of opens his arms up, offering a hug.
Oh, I bear crush him.
Oh, you take care of yourself, Clay Campbell, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you again real soon.
You will. I will come visit you more, I promise.
I look forward to it. And perhaps next time it can be a less somber affair. Maybe we'll get lunch. Do you still like beef patties?
Yeah, next time I do want to visit Alarsha someday. That does sound like it would be really educational.
If you change your mind any time in the next few weeks, you're always welcome to come with.
Thank you. I'll think about it.
Of course. And yeah, he waves goodbye, and you and Glimki head off outside, and you see Faunalyn kind of doubled over, holding a couple sandwiches, but very clearly out of gas.
Oh.
Clay, I got the. Oh, did you please tell me you didn't want cheese? I didn't get cheese, and physically,
okay.
I cannot go back and get the cheese.
It's all good. What kind did you get?
I got you salami, no cheese. I got Glimki, all the vegetables, and I got me salami and cheese.
Thank you.
Sounds pretty good.
Absolutely. Glimki, here's your sandwich, and
Thank
here's
you.
the bigger half of my sandwich.
No, you can have a whole sandwich.
No.
I think you need it.
No.
Eat the whole sandwich.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna wrap it up in some burlap, put it in my bag.
You can do
'Cause
whatever you want.
I'm
with
gonna
it.
give it back to you when you're hungry.
I like the idea that Faunalyn just like constantly asks Clay and Glimki if they have food in their bags.
I'm gonna offer some to you guys too. Guys, this salami sandwich is really good. Do you guys want any?
That is good. It's
It's pretty good. I have the same sandwich.
better than the old veggie one.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm learning our orders for next time.
I think that's fair. I don't think we've ever asked our deli order.
Yeah, why have we never done this? What do we eat normally? Sometimes I eat
Salted
like, soup in the
meat,
background.
fish,
Oh,
jerky.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we drank milk at a bar once.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good time. We've had some good times.
You're on a pretty liquid diet.
Yeah.
Well, the corset forces up solids, so you have to be careful. Okay, back to the house.
Do I get any HP back from eating a sandwich?
Nope.
Is that how that works?
We haven't rested yet.
Why don't we just rest here, or do we want to go back to the house?
Maybe I don't know. Let's just rest here. Probably.
It's like midday, for what it's worth. You because remember you went down first thing in the morning, so it's just past noon probably after all this is taken care of.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, then let's go back to the house.
You guys are gonna make me walk the city like this?
How else are we gonna get around?
Guys, we have 200 gold. We can just get a carriage.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
Wait.
okay. Let's not burn through it.
Okay, no, but hear me out. Spa day. My treat. Okay, let's go. I'm going to hail down a taxi carriage.
We're supposed to get on a boat.
We're gonna go to the spa.
There's probably a spa on the Anchors chain.
Probably. But I need a spa day now.
Damn.
How much does a carriage to the Berthold Manor cost?
3 silver.
Okay, that's pretty good. I have no concept of what money buys.
Me neither. I found out a boat for 3 people to the Anchorage train is only 50 gold.
I know, that's actually so wild that we were like, we're going to break into a house, steal a ring,
what have we
forge
been
document.
doing?
You're going to Tobias Funke your way onto the boat.
Bakra asking us for how much? 1,000 gold is actually insane.
Now, to be fair, she didn't ask for anything.
Well-
She asked for a key.
Oh, true. It's the eyes of Erdine.
Yeah, they're the ones who extorted you.
Yeah.
1,000 gold? God dang.
We are never going to touch that kind of money again.
No.
Well, we'll see.
But now we know all it takes is for you to win 3 fights.
Should we go fight? No.
No.
Wouldn't that be so funny though?
There was too much math
Pretty
involved in
funny.
that puzzle.
That's true.
Oh, but this time Glimki could fight and we could do the magic on the sidelines.
Ooh.
Faunalyn and her many, many spells.
Yes. This time Glimki can get addicted to drugs.
No.
Well, you love plants.
How's your withdrawal going? Still bad, right?
I feel like, do you know the goo they put in the cracks on pavement? That's what every bone in my body feels like.
Tar?
Tar. Oh. To the spa? Were we on spa?
I guess
I'm
so.
not getting a positive reception. We can just go back to the manor and rest up there.
Yeah, I need a nap.
Spa. It's going to be spa.
It's spa.
Okay. Taxi.
Okay.
Hello, Gov.
Hello, Gav. Take us to a spa, please.
Hello, musical theater nerds. Have you ever wished you could explore more of your favorite musical, talk to the characters, and maybe even change the ending? Welcome to Encores and Ability Scores. Each week, for your listening pleasure, our cast of intrepid thespians mash up a new musical with the sword and sorcery world of Dungeons and Dragons. We believe that the magic of musicals doesn't have to end when the curtain goes down, so we take it to the tabletop. We are a live play D&D podcast with new episodes out on Mondays. You can find us on social media at D&D Musical Pod, that's DND Musical Pod, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Da-da-da. After a beautiful experience at the spa, you still feel like shit. You are 3 gold poorer, but you all had your muscles rubbed. And you know what? Faunalyn, we'll say 1 exhaustion is removed.
Nice.
Sick. And how much HP
Hey.
do we get back?
None.
Son of a bitch.
The fact that I gave you back 1 level of exhaustion for 1 gold piece is ludicrous.
What treatments did we get at the spa?
Seaweed wrap, algae wrap, rice paper wrap,
Ooh.
cardboard wrap, it's a little rough, sandpaper wrap, and the optional waterboarding treatment.
I see. Sounds really relaxing.
Clay doesn't take you to the best spa.
Me, the carriage driver
Yeah,
picked
the
me.
carriage driver. Don't put that evil on Clay.
So, feeling raw, your skin is kind of burning a bit. You rejected the optional eel treatment, the eel wrap.
Faunalyn would not reject the eel wrap.
Okay, Faunalyn,
No.
you take 4 lightning damage as an electric eel bites onto you.
The collagen production, I can feel it. Ah!
And the 3 of you are dropped off at the entrance to Berthold Manor.
Oh my God.
We head back to the manor.
You ready to head in?
Yeah.
Do you knock? Do you just open the door?
This is my house. When have I ever knocked?
Hey, I don't know. Some people would say, not your house. 2 more people would probably say that after today, but that's neither here nor there. You push the door open and step into the entry hall. There's a few candles lit, casting a warm glow in the dark corners of the manor. You look up the stairs and you see Fallow standing there, hands on the banister. She silently walks down the stairs. It takes a while with her arthritic knees, but She takes you by the hand and says, "Let's get you to bed."
Oh, Fallow. Faunalyn immediately starts crying and collapses into Fallow's arms.
Fallow, like a building being demolished, starts to collapse under the weight of you.
Oh,
And then fully collapses as no one steps in to help.
Oh.
I'm looking at the flowers.
Are you okay? Are you good? Oh god, your knees. Are you good?
You're squishing me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always hurt you and I always hurt your feelings and I always cause you problems and I'm so sorry.
Let's get you to bed. We can talk about this in the morning.
I give Fallow immediately, as soon as we get to my room, I immediately start giving her the rundown of what I endured. And I tell her she was right and I should not have fought in the fight, but I did win and I was badass and she would have really liked when I gave him the pile driver.
Thank you for telling me. In the future, maybe don't tell me. I think I'd be better off not knowing, frankly. But I'm glad you're okay. Did you tell her about the mind stuff?
I'll tell her the whole story.
So, about what we talked about before, are you ready to give up the ghost? Another near-death experience in less than 24 hours since we last spoke?
I'm ready to add their name to my list of enemies and find the princess and then have the power to annihilate their entire lineage.
All right, well, I'm tired of being mad at you, so
Oh, thank God.
what can I do to help?
I need your help plotting revenge. And then I thought that was a good end stinger for a scene.
Fallow says, "Da-la-la-la." No, what the fuck do you mean revenge?
Okay, so he took my brain from me. And I'm
Yes.
pretty sure he's relatively powerless now. I told Glimki I was going to let it go. This is me we're talking about.
Are you sure he is?
Well, I'm going to find out tonight from Tick, and if he is, I'm literally going to crawl across the city if I have to and do bad things to him. So I was planning on resting now for as long as I can so that I'm feeling better for later.
Very well.
Yes, Fallow, yes, revenge. Good, yes, this is the Fallow I know.
Will you rest, and whenever this tick arrives, I will alert you to his presence, and in the meantime, will you please rest? You look, respectfully,
Mhm.
the worst I've ever seen you.
Oh, God, that's tough.
There is a vulture circling this room.
Okay, Fallow. Okay, don't have to go too far, but as I started laughing, I felt a little bit of my soul escape with my breath, so you might be right.
I often am.
Are there X's on my eyes, or do I still have pupils?
You never did.
Ah!
All right. Let me. Oh gosh, your skin is so raw.
I know, it's like I've been flayed. I'm not remotely snatched.
I hate to see you this way.
Is this better or worse than the blocky contour?
The contour was really bad.
It was really bad. It was really bad. And you let me leave the house, so maybe I need revenge on you.
Okay, take it easy.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You nearly got revenge on me in the lobby. Big oaf.
Yeah, if you lose your other hip, you won't have any hips left, so I should really be careful.
That's true.
You do so much with one, though.
I do what many do with two, I've often said.
Hey, yes, Woody knows what you're talking about.
Oh, we're on
Woody?
the outs.
Willie? Oh, no, what did he do?
He just can't keep up.
Yeah, he has an old look about him.
Indeed. And
He's
unlike
handsome,
me,
but no, you're a young 80. He's like an old 85.
something like that. I haven't reviewed his employment record. Also, probably morally dubious for me to be sleeping with him, given I kind of manage his employment.
Father, who are you talking to right now?
Faunalyn
moral
Vaydark.
Yeah, wink, wink. That's right.
Listen, I'm sure Amala will talk to you in the morning, but I may have been scheming
Oh.
while you were gone. And I recently left some literature next to Amala's wine.
Oh, fellow, what have you done?
Well, I maybe found a pamphlet proclaiming the virtues or merits of the round earthers. And Amala might be attending a retreat at the Jaw Learning Center in a short while to learn more about how Zav is actually round.
Where is the Zhao Learning Center?
It would be on Kobaris?
One of the islands?
Yes.
Fellow! Faunalyn starts crying again.
Wait, why are you reacting this way?
Because you're so smart and cool and hot, and you're just the best person in the world.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm getting on a boat and going with Amala to the Flat Round Earth Society meeting in the Anchor's Chain.
Okay, but just to be clear, you weren't planning on going to the Anchor's Chain, right? Like, I'm taking you out of the way of danger and away from whatever machinations you've had in the works?
No, I was gonna get on a boat. I actually have to say goodbye.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, that's so funny.
Later that night, well after supernova, perhaps midnight or so, there is a knock on the door. Fallow answers it and comes to get Faunalyn and sends for the two of you. And Tick is... He's there, wearing a hooded cloak, and he's looking a little jittery, perhaps. Kind of looks over his shoulder a couple times as he's brought into the lobby. Fallow hobbles off, and the four of you are left alone.
Okay, Tick. What's the sitch? I know we ran off and their house is a big hole in the ground. Do you think we really killed that thing?
Hard to say. I'm no diabolist. It's possible it remains somewhere in the greater cosmos, but I think its part in the history of the House of Prailme is over at the very least.
Good. Follow-up question. Do you think they heard me when I shouted about the rise of House Vaydark?
Undoubtedly.
Okay. That's cool. At least there's no question about who did it now. And if they were to seek revenge,
Correct.
they would chase down and follow whoever the Vaydark person is.
Correct.
Whether it's this one or maybe a different Vaydark. You catch my drift?
Faunalyn is looking at Glimki. She has her hands on her temples. Her eyes are wide as hell, and she's looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
Like another whoa, relax. Like another Vaydark. You know what I'm saying? Like another one with the Vaydark name, whether it's Faunalyn Vaydark,
Right.
or someone else.
Okay, so
Blank Vaydark. You know what I'm saying?
I hear the words you're saying. I understand what they mean as words, but Lord Glear was at a table with this Vaydark, and then two people ran off with her, saying, "For the glory of House Vaydark," or whatever bullshit you spouted. Point being, I have managed to assuage his wrath. He is more concerned with getting out of the city before too many people ask questions. The same goes for Lady Bakra. She will not be spreading any more slander at this time.
So whoa, wait a minute. You're still like in cahoots.
As always, I am a loyal servant of House Prailme. That has not changed.
Except for killing their source of power.
Did they question you at all about your role and what happened?
They had questions. I think I managed to avoid detection for the time being, and it is my hope that I can guide the house to a brighter future.
Tick.
And the other servants at House Prailme? There's no house now. Are they being let go? Did they die in the sinkhole?
Some were killed. Some ran off into the woods. and presumably have rejoined society at large, which is truthfully one of the main reasons the Lord is insistent we leave tonight. He is concerned that certain rumors will begin to spread, as am I.
Oh, man. Where are they going?
Good question.
We will be returning to their winter home in the Sparkling Woods. It's, as, well, maybe some of you would be familiar, it's about 12 days ride south of here. It is a beautiful place, and I recommend you do not visit it ever.
Sounds good to me.
The Lord will not seek retribution at this time, but should the Lady Vaydark cross into his domain, I cannot promise that she will be protected.
Why would you say that? I'm not going back there. That's crazy. How is he today? Is he still juiced on diabolical power? Or is he like weakened and shriveled now? Vulnerable?
As powerful as ever.
Fuck! That's so great. I'm so glad that he's doing so well. I'm adding a provision to our deal retroactively, and because I got mind judged in an unbelievable way, you're honor bound to hold it up. You have to spit in every single food you serve him for the rest of the time you work there.
Of course.
Thank you.
Well, may I present an alternative?
Shit. Piss.
No.
Blood?
Tick. Why don't you just come with us? Like, not forever, but
Ooh.
do you really want to keep going back to this house of murderers? And like, I know you have this idea that perhaps you could shape them into a better future, but then what if they figure it out that you sold them out and they'll absolutely pluck you?
I betrayed my lord. It would be only fitting were I punished.
No, Tick, no. You did the right thing. This isn't something worthy of punishment. If anything, it'd be some unjust, vengeful ritual killing just like all the other stuff they did. We're leaving. I'm not going to say where to, unless you're interested in coming along. Leave all this crap behind. We could maybe use your help, and then, when we're tired of each other, you can go your separate ways. Find a new life. You're pretty handy. Or wingy. I don't know.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Yes. Can we help by pitching further? Can we give him advantage?
If you recall, you are still severely exhausted, which means all your ability checks are made with disadvantage.
Yeah.
That being said, if you and Clay would like to say something right meow that might tip the scales.
Do it.
You can have half of every half of my sandwich for all time if you come with us.
Here's proof, and I pull the other half of the sandwich out of my bag.
You can have extra salami.
And cheese.
Or no cheese, whatever your preference.
Actually, Clay, where did we land on that? Do you like a cheese with an... Sorry.
I'm not going to give you advantage, but I will lower the DC.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody loves sandwiches on this soup-based show.
Oh, it's not that high. I got a 9 plus 4, 13. Very low.
Devastating.
Faunalyn, even in your weakened state, you're still pretty insightful. He looks sad, and he says, "That is a very kind offer, and I do appreciate it. I will not forget what you have done for me, but I'm afraid my duties lie with House Brailme. That being said, a deal's a deal, and payment is due. As I mentioned, Bakra will not speak your name for the time being, and given that they are traveling south, I do not know how long it'll be before, if ever, they return to Erdenine. You should not need to worry for as long as you're here. At least, about her. All the other people trying to kill you might still be a problem, but that's taken care of at least."
Thank you, Tick. Very well done.
He reaches and pulls this little strap from around his neck and holds out a silver whistle.
Yes.
The owlbears are coming with us, so I'm not sure how much good this will do you in the future, but should you find Prailme trained owlbears in your travels, this might help. It's attuned to their ears, so even a wild one might pause. Maybe? I wrote down some instructions, and he hands you a little sheet of paper, and it almost looks like Morse code. There's little just like dashes and dots, and next to each of those is like sit, stay, come, attack. For what it's worth, there you are.
Thank you.
Very cool.
I have reached out to House Marinelli. Lady Vaydark should expect an invitation to lunch sometime soon.
Okay.
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little velvet box.
Great.
And he kind of looks around conspiratorially and then opens it up quickly. And you see this flash of silver. There's this ring with the insignia of an owlbear on it. He slams it shut and pushes it into your hand, Glimki. He starts to turn around, head for the door, and then he sighs and he reaches up and he pulls back this hood that he's wearing and he grimaces and plucks out one of his feathers and he holds it out to you. Should you ever find yourself in my ancestral home, Stalak, the city of endless night, you will be greeted as a friend if you bear this mark.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry I can't do more. I truly owe you a life debt, but perhaps this will be enough.
Tick, you've given us plenty. Wait here a moment. I want to give you something. And I'm going to hobble upstairs and hobble downstairs with a book in my hand. Tick, you are a credit to the house that you belong in, but you are more so a credit to yourself. And you would be a credit to any house. And I hand over the book, and it is a textbook on employment standards and employee rights. And I hand it over. Spit in every food and drink forever. Yes.
Of course.
Good.
Take care, my friends.
Thank you, Tick.
And he lets himself out and spreads his wings and flies off into the night.
Cool dude.
Dang. Anyone else thinking that we could use the whistle to then get the owlbears to just eat them? But that's future thing.
No! Glimki. I was going to apologize.
That's a future thing.
But hear me out.
Not right now. Not right now.
Hear me out.
No. We gotta get on a boat. We gotta get on a boat.
But we don't have to get on a boat.
Yes, we do.
Because we have to wait for a lunch invitation with the Milanis. So hear me out. We sick the bears on them.
No. Maybe
Glimki,
one day.
Please,
no,
Glimki.
That's fine.
Glimki,
We don't
please.
have to worry
Glimki, we're going to miss our chance, Glimki.
No.
Glimki.
No. Yeah, I was just joking. That's crazy.
Okay, well, why don't we do a classic tiebreak? There's three of us. Fallow will vote. Fallow!
She comes hobbling in.
Hello, darling. Okay, what's your vote? Should we sick bears on the Prailme? There's
Nope.
no... What?
See?
Why?
I could take you in a fight right now.
The bears would be doing the fighting.
The last thing you need to do is be in proximity to a man who melted your brain mere hours ago. God knows what else he can do. And furthermore, I don't know where you suddenly acquired the ability to sick bears on people, but I don't trust your abilities in this matter, frankly.
Okay, we won't sick bears on them. And I look at Clay and a wink.
Stop that.
We can all see you.
I'm saying we're not going to sick bears on them. Wink.
We can still see you winking.
Clay winks back.
Flora Fauna, I will fire you.
Clay, we can see you too.
Okay, let's go to bed so that we feel better, and tomorrow we can play with bears.
No. Tomorrow, lunch, and then maybe a boat. God.
Lunch boat bears. Lunch boat bears. Save the princess.
Lunch, boat, anchors, chain, silks, because we still owe somebody silks.
Yes, Madame Fauvemont.
Also, princess. We have a whole other thing we're supposed to be doing.
You're right. So the bears will just be a quick Footnote.
In the epilogue, maybe.
And they looked back fondly, always, on the time when they sicked bears on Faunalyn's enemies in a timely manner.
Oh, God.
Revenge is best served hot. That's what everybody says. You serve revenge hot while it's fresh.
Is that how it... I think that you have it backwards, I think.
I took so many drugs in the last 24 hours. I don't know what I have backwards.
Revenge dish served cold, right? Beside the point, go to sleep.
Okay, good night. See you in the morning for bears.
Night falls, night fell, night been fellin'. But day?
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Day come?
Night but day.
And now it's daytime.
Wow.
Nighttime.
The sun bursts back into life as another day begins on Zav. For those of you who spent hit dice yesterday, you get one back.
Oh my god.
You were at full HP and spell slots.
Oh my god.
Faunalyn is at 2 levels of exhaustion,
Ay. Oh man. Alright.
which means your speed is still halved and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
God damn.
Okay.
You're useless.
Well, I'm more useful than I was yesterday, and that's huge because I'm worth the investment. Every day I'm getting better.
I'm gonna keep telling myself that.
Faunalyn, if you happen to attend breakfast, we've kind of like narrated around the birth holds for the majority of episodes, really. Kind of since
Yes.
like episode 5, they really have not been present. They've kind of just been like, I don't know, the neighbor looking over the fence. You never quite see them. But if you happen to join them at breakfast,
Yeah, I hang out with them every single day.
right, yeah. You sit down in the dining room and lavender porridge is brought and served with freshly squeezed orange juice straight from God's basket. And Amala adds some champagne to hers. And she looks at you and kind of crinkles her nose a little bit and says, "Hello, dear.
She's so breathy today.
Have you been sleeping well? You look a little tired, perhaps."
Oh, Amala. Actually, yesterday I swung by Prailme House just to say hi to Bakra because we were on good terms. But it was so weird. The house like crumbled in on itself, and these disgusting things like crawled out of the crypt. Like I think they were doing weird arcane shit. People will be talking about it, but like ghouls and spooky things like crawled out of the crypt that they apparently keep below there. And it was just really weird and gross. And the shock of it, like, knocked me out almost. I feel terrible today just because I had to see such nasty things. Like, people like us shouldn't act like that.
That is most remarkable, dear. You always say the most batshit things at breakfast. Have you noticed that?
What? What? No, okay. Yeah, that's my bad.
No, I'm not complaining. It's just, that's crazy.
I have crazy days.
I know.
Like, we have these lovely breakfasts with the delicious porridge, and then I go out and I get up to madness.
That's the you I know and love.
I know, but then I bring it back home to you, and you get to hear about it first because nobody else saw the Prailme house collapse, but I did.
That's all right. Okay.
You're on the ground floor of this hot goss, which is actually above where the Prailme house is now. But
You're terrible. I love you.
I know.
Dear, I'm so sorry about telling everyone you have sex with your servants. I misunderstood the situation.
Yeah, you know what? I told people you were an alcoholic, so like. Ridiculous, preposterous, and I pour myself some champagne into my own drink, and then top her up.
Yeah, no, she just starts free pouring from the bottle, and
Anyway, I feel like we always talk about me. What are you up to? What are your interests lately? What have you been reading? What have you been doing?
oh my goodness, I had the most wonderful idea.
Oh, do tell.
I was doing some reading, and I heard this wonderful theory. Maybe more than a theory, because I think theories aren't true. I heard talk that Zav is actually round. It's not flat. Because if you think about it, a flat planet just doesn't really make sense.
No, that's stupid. Does it go through the world like a frisbee?
Exactly. Like gravity and basic fundamentals of science and la-ti-da probably wouldn't work. Probably.
And what axis do we rotate upon? Do we spin?
What's an axis?
Something a round thing has, darling. Something we need.
Catherine's getting a bit of an axis. And he looks up from his newspaper and says, "What the fuck?" Goes back to being an absentee husband. So I was thinking, and it's optional, and how do I put this? Catherine would appreciate if you paid for your own passage. But I was thinking of attending the Zhao Learning Center on Kobaris. And we could learn firsthand from the wise teacher, Zhao about why Zav is secretly round, and we could enjoy some of the other amenities. I believe they have disc golf.
You know, disc golf never sat right with me because I don't think discs should be able to float. If you think about it, we're the only round things.
That is a very good point, actually.
I know.
Kind of goes against the whole ethos of what they're teaching there. But could be fun.
Could be fun. Let's go check it out. I love that. And of course, paying for my own passage is nothing to me. So, of course, Catherine, say less. Say nothing at all. I'll handle it. In fact, I'll pay for Amala. I'll pay for everything. Don't worry.
That's very generous of you. Thank you. I believe for you and would you be bringing your friends along?
You mean the servants that work for your house?
Yeah, but you seem real chummy. I've never spent that much time with my servants. Anyway, sorry, Garfield. I believe it'd be about 240 gold pieces for the four of you to make the voyage. And the learning center runs at a price of 5 gold pieces a night. Make a deception roll with disadvantage as you try not to betray how broke you are.
Well, of course, I will, That's a 17 plus 7, so that's a 24.
With disadvantage?
That was just regular. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's a 14 that time, so that's a 23. 21.
He assumes you've got the money.
Of course, Catherine. It's nothing to people like us. The only thing is we'll have to delay the trip because I'll have to write to my father and explain that we'll have to liquidate a small amount of assets and that I'm no longer your guest and in fact you're sort of my guest and that your hospitality has concluded, which is of course no big deal. We'll just have to wait for the post to send.
Give me an intimidation check.
Why do I speak ever?
With disadvantage.
Fuck. Oh, well, okay. Oh, I'm so blessed today, guys. That was a 19 and a 15, which is a 22.
Well, I suppose there's no need for that. Would you feel comfortable,
Catherine, I don't want to offend your pride, and I fear that I've offended your manly pride as a nobleman by
what if you just pay for your passage and we'll cover
I was going to say I've offended you by implying something, and I'm so sorry. You are such a rich man and such a generous one. I feel that I've offended you by suggesting that I would pay. So I'll pay for me, you pay for the other things, and then nobody's offended. I'm so sorry, by the way.
And just for clarification's sake, not that money's tight or anything. The servants, are they part of the other things, or are they part of your portion?
Oh, Catherine, I've got the servants. Don't worry. They'll be my servants, okay? Don't worry about it. We'll put them in Vaydark colors. Don't worry.
Okay. If you're sure.
Don't worry, Catherine. You've been more than generous.
Okay.
My father has been so pleased to hear all the great things I have to say about your esteemed house.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yes, in fact, if you ever do manage to make that trip to Ulethorthiad, you'll be given, the nicest guest room in the family home. Seriously. Your family to me, your family to my family.
It's very nice. Thank you. All right, well, back to my comics then. Articles.
Say hi to Garfield for me. Amala, when are we leaving?
Well, the fun part is the flight departs first thing tomorrow morning.
The flight?
And by flight, I mean ship. We can't fly. We're not birds.
What are we, birds? What are we, balls? But not discs.
No, we're people.
Yes, quite.
with hopes
With hearts
and
as well as souls.
dreams and hearts and souls.
What do you
Yes.
dream of, Amala?
This is the most insufferable rich white person conversation.
I dream of one more mimosa before lunch.
Hey! I cheers her.
A little later in the day, a messenger arrives inviting you to lunch at House Marinelli the next day at 1 hour past noon.
Glimki,
Yes, Mum.
what's that over there?
What's whatever? What?
Look over there. What's that? What is that? That looks weird.
What am I looking at?
While he looks, I am going to attempt to pickpocket the whistle off of him.
Make a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Thank you. Okay, well, my luck has run dry. That was an 8 plus 5, 13.
Faunalyn pokes you in the face, and then as you're staring at her, she starts trying to like rifle through your pockets.
What the hell?
Where's the whistle? Where's the whistle, Glimki?
I
Glimki?
have the
Glimki?
whistle. We're not
Give it
doing
to
that right
me.
now.
Give it to me.
We have a lunch date.
Give it to me.
No,
We have a lunch date tomorrow. You want me to sit around?
we're not doing this right now.
And just to make things clear, the ship leaves tomorrow first thing in the morning, and there is lunch.
That's fine. I'll delay the ship. Don't even worry.
What?
Don't even worry. I'll delay the ship.
Wait,
I'm
what
not
is the
worried.
meeting? Hold on.
We're
let's
gonna make both
let's
happen.
let's get everybody up to speed here. Why are we meeting with this other person?
Milani Marinelli was in the princess's bed when the princess was kidnapped. She's her handmaid, who was in the room when the princess disappeared. She knows stuff. She was covering for the princess, who was off to meet the bastard prince of the north.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the bastard prince. She was off to meet him, and then there was mud on the ground. We can get intel. Listen, we can do both. Here's what's going to happen. You guys are going to show up 2 hours early for lunch. Happens all the time. I'm going to fake a fit on the boat.
Why don't we just take another boat? Just you go on that boat and we'll go on another one.
This boat, but what boat? What boat, Glimki? We've got a boat. We've got a boat, and we've got someone
There's
who's
so
going to
many
pay
boats.
for everything on our way, including our lodging once we get to the Anchor's Chain. Glimki, there's so many boats. This boat is a good boat. I like this boat, and there will be a lot of drinks on board.
Okay, well then, you know what? Oh man.
We're going to delay the boat. Easy. And then you're going to show up 3 or 4 hours early for lunch.
Okay. How are we going to make sure that it is delayed? I don't know.
Okay, so number 1, I'm going to get my period. Number 2, I'm going to have a fit. Number 3, if the fit doesn't work, I'm going to have a second fit, but this time with a knife in my hand, and I'll fall and cut the sail.
I think they're just going to not let you on the boat.
No, I'll already be on the boat.
A hysterical, tired-looking woman tried to destroy our sail. I think she's in withdrawal, and we've withdrawn her from the boat.
I'll seduce the captain. Easy. I'll bribe the captain. Better.
I want to exchange looks with Clay when she says she's going to seduce the captain.
I'm hot. I can seduce a captain. I'm hot.
Look, under normal circumstances, sure. Faunalyn, I don't know if you've stumbled across a mirror in the last 2 days.
So I have X's in my eyes instead of pupils. I can still get it.
Ah! The vulture overhead.
He'll go away. He'll give us the room.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. You two make your plans. What would you do?
Go to lunch and then get on a different boat.
Different boat.
Let's find out if there is a different boat.
Glimki said there was one. He went to talk to the harbor master, no?
Which boat?
We have some sort of knowledge that it costs 50 gold for the 3 of us to hop on a boat.
Is there a boat? Just because it costs 50 doesn't mean
There's a harbor
always
full
a
of
boat.
boats.
Yeah, but they're not to the harbor master. Post haste. I'm getting worked up.
Well, hello there. I don't think you have a full understanding of what my job entails.
Whoa, wait a minute. Is this the fish salesman?
No, we've always sounded this way, sir.
I'm pretty sure this is the fish salesman.
No, I can get mighty southern if you want, but I'm more measured in my response. I'm maybe more like this. Is that what you want?
This is neither of your voice.
This is not what he sounded like.
This is what he sounds. That sounds like the fish salesman.
Hello there, young master.
Sure.
Good to see you.
You as well. I hope you enjoyed the fish that I brought you.
I always have, and I always will, I'm sure.
Unfortunately, I'm empty-handed today, but...
that's all right.
I am curious about ferrying over to the Anchor's Chain. Do we have any ships heading that way? And how much would it cost for 3 individuals to hop on board?
Right, so kind of a continuation of our conversation from but a couple days ago.
Essentially, yes.
I think my answer more or less remains the same, that I'm not like a vacation planner.
It's not a vacation.
I'm not a travel agent. I have records of the ships coming, sometimes of going, sometimes of where they're going.
Okay.
I believe I told you that I believe Brimstone is departing for Shade Tree Shores before carrying on to Isiodar. But,
Okay.
I don't have like a great knowledge. You might be able to find just like a ship
Okay. So,
and like charter it.
so essentially, I just got to walk up and down these docks and see if somebody will take us.
I mean, it would probably be more beneficial than talking to me.
Got it.
I hate to be like useless, but
No. Never. You're never useless. Quick follow-up cue. Totally,
Yes.
like, kind of unrelated. What would be a common circumstance in which would delay a ship departing?
a leak,
Mm-hmm.
plague,
Got it.
pirates,
Mm-hmm.
goddess of the ocean coming forth to issue a grave warning,
Yeah.
big fish maybe jumping up on deck and like growing arms and killing people.
Wow. These are the common ones.
In my personal experience, yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Right. Yeah,
Follow-up question, totally unrelated.
of course.
There is a ship supposed to be leaving to the Anchor Exchange tomorrow morning. Whereabout would that be docked?
If you're referring to the Brimstone, they're leaving tomorrow. I don't know the time.
No, sorry. There's another ship. Faunalyn, you're privy to another ship?
I think it's the Brimstone, buddy.
Oh, it is, but that was the afternoon.
Okay, so I am personally aware, I believe last time we spoke, I informed you of 2 ships departing. The first one would be the Brimstone,
Mhm.
white sails, red cannons,
Got it.
maybe halfway down.
Sure.
The other one would be Vigilant. That would be almost all the way down, larger ship, real fancy looking, green sails, dark brown hull.
And that one's leaving in the morning.
Again, sometime tomorrow. Yeah. I don't have like a departure time up on a board anywhere. What do you think this is? An airport?
No, it's a boat port. What?
airport?
The hell? What is this guy on?
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sluggish. Haven't had my fish today.
Wow. You bring a man a fish, right? Feed him for a day.
Yeah, I wish.
God, you got to teach this guy how to fish.
Oh, no thanks.
Faunalyn, do you have any information on what ship you might be on? I feel like it's the fancier one.
Oh, I think it's on the Brimstone because I was told my ship was leaving first thing in the morning, right, Zach?
Well, that one's leaving in the afternoon.
Yeah.
No!
There's 2
Brimstone is
ships.
leaving in the morning.
Amala did not give you a name of a ship. She just
He
said,
said
there is a
Brimstone
ship.
is leaving in the morning.
No, he said
The
afternoon.
one that starts with the V. He said morning.
He said both.
He said
What?
both?
You son of a gun.
What the hell kind of bullshit? This guy doesn't know jack about the boats.
I think we gotta go talk to the captain.
You run this place? Wow. Honestly, last time I spoke to you, you sounded so competent.
Well, we were in a state of crisis. The princess had just gone missing. All hands were on deck, so to speak. I'm not saying things have gotten better.
No, they've clearly gotten worse.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Harborman, since you're so knowledgeable?
He's not gonna know.
Right, yep.
What harbor is the shipping place in the Anchor's Chain?
Pardon?
The tree thing or whatever.
Shade
What
tree.
did you
What
say?
part? Like
Shady?
what port is that it? Shade Tree Shores? I thought that was one of the nice ones.
Port to Car would be the main port of call in the Anchor's chain. It's in town or city in Shade Tree Shores.
Shade Tree Shores.
It kind of serves as a gathering place where merchants from throughout the Anchor's chain will bring their wares there, and then it'll get shipped off to different corners of the world. Our world doesn't have corners.
Because it's a ball, right?
Oh, you're one of them, aren't you?
No. Just goofing around.
Nothing funny about science, son.
Heard that.
Heard, sir. So if we were gonna take a rolled up carpet of a package somewhere, I'm saying this to my friends, not to him, it would probably be shipped to Port Dakar, right? So we probably want to get on whichever boat is going to take us closest to Port Dakar. Yeah?
Well, you're obligated. Aren't you supposed to be going on to whichever one?
You want to split up?
So you're not going to the convention thing?
No, I was going to go to the convention, but you've been talking about like getting on a different boat. I was going to delay the boat. I heard plague and I already started concocting a plan.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can delay that boat.
I just don't know which boat we're delaying. That's the problem.
Oh, well, why didn't we just go ask Amala? Or go ask the captains? If we want to meet more zany side characters.
I guess so.
Let's go ask the captains.
God, man, this is quite the goose chase we're going on. It's like herding cats right now.
Oh, it's a silly goose chase.
I don't know if it's a personal failing on my part or just an effort to not railroad too hard. And
No.
We're going to regret it 20
good.
episodes in. Do you remember when you first heard about the Anchor's Chain in episode 8?
I thought we were gonna go there right away.
Me
Oh,
too.
you and me both. But then I introduced a ball, and then the ball took 4 episodes, plus the prep.
Yeah. Okay, we got to delay it. We have to delay it, and we have to have this meeting. Holy cow.
Which ship are you looking for first? You just walking down the docks?
White sails, red cannons. Partway down.
You walk for a while, and you see a ship with a snakewood hull. It's like this dark mottled pattern of wood, crisp white sails, these gleaming red cannons. I don't think so. Red cannons glistening in the morning light. The thing that maybe stands out the most to you, though, is a familiar looking flag waving from the mast, depicting a tri-sail ship. The mark of house humiliation. You see dock hands loading crates onto the ship. Various individuals with naval attire, most of them in somewhat similar uniform, a few of them wearing some cut-off sleeves. And kind of standing amongst this fray, this maelstrom of activity, you see a dwarf man with a tri-corner hat. He's stocky, the typical height of a dwarf, maybe a few inches taller than average, with this dark gray skin and these 2 tusks that appear to be gold poking out from his bottom lip.
Oh, cool.
Aye, you landlubbers, we ain't got time all day. You hurry up and get that loaded and we can drink one nice night before the voyage, eh, lads? Watch where you're headed, Charles. You drop that antique vase, there'll be hell to pay.
I'm looking. Is it Charles the guard from the road all back in those days?
It is not.
Okay, his nose is not blue.
His nose is red, but it might just be a sunburn.
Ooh. Hello, sir.
Aye, and who might you be?
A prospective passenger. Pleased to meet you. I would just like to clarify, does your vessel leave for the Anchor's Chain in the morning or the afternoon?
We'll be departing at 11 bells, or I'll have hell to pay.
To the humiliations.
Aye, and to the gods themselves.
Oh, well, I have sway with only one of those parties. Okay, thanks.
Aye, a priestess. Nice to meet your acquaintance, Lady of Gods.
Yes, I am a lady of the gods, and the gods are telling me that it's sea custom to not have to pay if you are a priest on a ship, right?
Aye, that's not a thing.
Okay. Other ship, guys? Let's go check it out.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
11 bells is 11 in the morning.
Sounds logical to me.
You continue down the docks, past cranes loading shipments up onto platforms, past ships taking off into the afternoon. Walk past a trio of children chasing a flopping fish as it dances away from them down the docks. You watch as a ship a few hundred meters out to sea, suddenly a large fish jumps on top of it and grows arms and starts attacking the crew violently.
Oh,
This is common.
not again.
Best not to think about it too much.
That's crazy.
And you continue on near to the end of the docks, where you see this large ship, far larger than Brimstone, in this beautiful gold script painted along the side. It says Vigilant. It has this dark wooden hull with a beautiful mermaid, very classic. It's got seafoam green sails, and you watch as a group of uniformed individuals, matching uniforms, are carrying on this large chandelier. They're sort of just like carefully maneuvering it up a ramp onto the deck of the ship. Nearby, you see what appears to be a booth, and above it there is this ball that appears to depict Zav, but unlike any depiction you've ever seen. And you look inside, and there is a young dragonborn individual with green scales, and they're wearing a visor, and on top of the visor is the same ball, and they are talking to this couple, these two women, and they're talking to them, and Dragonborn says, "So you see, when you really think about it, it's quite obvious that Zav couldn't be flat. It simply must be round. I'm probably explaining it wrong. Jar Arwith could tell you far more if you just come to the Learning Center. And if you sign up, we have many sign-up bonuses for the passage. There is a bingo night, and for an extra 5 gold per day, all you can drink." They look at each other and say, "Okay, we're in." And he says, "Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful." And they hand him a large bag of money, and he hands them 2 tickets, and they wander off, and he spots you looking.
Clay, they seem to like priests.
Hello. Looking to cast off the shackles of ignorance, put on the fashionable bracelets of illumination, intelligence, wisdom.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, tell us more.
I was hoping you'd ask. He gestures you in to come closer, and when you do, he pulls out this map of Zav, this circular map showing this large central ocean with this continent that wraps all the way around the exterior. "See this? Bullshit." And he tears it up. "See this?" He points at his visor. "This is the truth. You see, Jar Arwith traveled the world and learned many things. And amongst those things, perhaps the most important, he learned that Zav is actually a sphere."
What?
I know. When I first heard it, that was my reaction. I said, "But in school, they taught me that Zav is flat. And surely some individual who's not a teacher couldn't know otherwise." But it turns out Jar Arwith is a teacher, the best teacher I've ever had. He taught me everything I needed to know. That Zav is secretly a ball.
Okay, well, then how do you explain, like, our phoenix?
Well, that doesn't contradict anything. You see, rather than the phoenix flying above us, we actually circle it in a continual orbit.
So it's only bright on our side.
What everyone thinks is it exploding is actually us just passing around it and our world turning in something called an orbit.
No, that's crazy. We watch it Nova every day.
Do you? Or is that just what they taught you to think in school?
No, I've seen it with my eyes. Up there, you can see it right now.
Jar Arwith has seen the entirety of Zav as a ball in space.
Who is this guy?
He points to a framed portrait at the back of the booth. You see a framed picture of what appears to be an elven man with wavy blonde hair with dark roots, and what Faunalyn would instantly recognize as a spray tan. smiling with this big smile that is clearly veneers in a world where dental care is in its infancy. Jar, the wise teacher.
Love the tan.
Okay, so this is the boat.
This is a boat.
Yeah, it is a boat.
And it is a boat I hope to see you on tomorrow because we're departing for Kobaris and the Jar Learning Center.
Right.
What
and what
time is
time are
that?
we leaving?
We're leaving first thing in the morning, and it is going to be a wonderful experience. We have shuffleboard, we have gambling.
Nice.
By that I mean bingo. Other gambling, Jar doesn't mess with. He thinks money should be hoarded, not gambled.
You know what? The more I think about this, the more interesting this whole science fiasco thing is.
And look.
Just a question. How many
He pulls
people
out
you
another
got?
map, and it's of this little
No,
island.
we'll
and he's like,
learn
"So
about that at the learning
This
center."
here's the Jar Learning Center. And over here we have the meditation chambers. And he looks at Faunalyn's raw skin and says, you look like you could use, perhaps a hot spring.
I could use a hot spring.
And you, it points to you, Clay, you look like you'd be wonderful at disc golf.
But discs shouldn't fly, I don't think.
Exactly. It's a metaphor that teaches us that because they fall, that means that if Zav was flat, like one of these discs, it too would fall. And who knows where we'd wind up? You're getting the hang of this. In fact, you might be ready for our level 2 classes. I think your friend should begin with the beginner stuff. But I think if we get you to sign up, it's only a few extra gold per day. We can get you in with some private sessions with Jar for just a few extra gold, like I said, and you can start to learn some of the more scientific aspects of what he's trying to teach everybody.
That sounds amazing, but the only problem, it really does sound amazing. I would love to, like, I can't think of a better use of all of my coin. The only problem is I have this friend who I like to do things with, and they're kind of difficult because they're like rich, you know what I mean? Like, I'm rich, but they're like rich. And they don't get out of bed before noon, ever. So I'm just like, I'd love to get them on the boat, but they won't get on the boat.
Oh, not a problem. Say less. For an extra 15 gold, you can board early, so you can actually spend tonight on the boat. And then by the time you wake up, we'll be 20 miles out to sea.
That's such a good plan. I love that plan, but the only problem is they have a dinner engagement with the king tonight.
Oh my.
So I know, well, they're really rich, and they would love this. It's just that they won't be able to get here until like noonish tomorrow.
Make a deception or persuasion check.
Call it one, honestly. They're just so, but once they're on a boat, deception or persuasion.
With this.
Oh, I rolled a 10 and a 16. Don't worry. I'm used to my impediment. That is going to be a 20.
That's crazy.
No, it's a 17. It's a 17.
I don't know if we can delay it that long. That'd be like 5-6 hours. Maybe for like an extra 250 gold, we could delay things a few hours.
Yeah, no problem. They'll pay up as soon as they get here tomorrow. Absolutely no problem. Make it 300, honestly. Tomorrow, you know what? 300 is not enough for the kind of inconvenience. They will give you, when they show up here tomorrow at 1, they'll give you 500 gold pieces.
What? 500 gold pieces?
That is what my friend will give you when they show up here tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Could I just get your names and payment, and then we can get you a spot on the ship tomorrow?
Sure. Well, I'll pay for the 3 of us, and tomorrow my friend will pay for themselves plus the, what was it, 500-600 gold pieces we said for the late fee?
600, I believe we said, yes.
Okay, perfect. They'll handle the 600 tomorrow, and it won't be a problem.
Wonderful.
Okay, gorgeous. How much is that for the 3 of us?
Well, would you like the early boarding package?
No.
Would you like the unlimited drinks package?
Yes.
Wonderful. Would you care for the exclusive VIP experience package with early educational materials?
They're not there yet. I'm there. They're not there yet.
Of course, of course. I think, just between you and me, I think we should sign you up for the level 2 classes. Because level 1 stuff is good, but it's a little basic. I think your friend should sign up for it. But you, I think you're ready for the real scientific stuff.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to take like 2-3 voyages with you, and I don't want to miss a thing. So start me in the 1, and then I'll work my way up.
Very sensible, very sensible.
Yeah.
And you are welcome to prolong your stay. Some have stayed for years at the Learning Center, continuing to gain knowledge and wisdom from the great Jar.
Jar-Arith does sound great. What is your name?
Kent.
Kent! Kent, are you going to be like a recurring character on this voyage?
Well, I will be joining the voyage,
I love it.
but I can't guarantee you'll see me. It's a large ship, as you can see. And just for the record, my name is Kentithicon. It's like a long Dragonborn name, but I just go by Kent.
Fantastic name. You know, it's really a sunny, bright name for such a sunny, bright person.
Thank you.
Kentithicon?
First level class for this one, yes. Okay, so what's the total there? We said unlimited drinks for all of us and then just the regular class?
Yes, I believe you said no to early boarding, yes to drinks, no to the VIP experience. You kind of seemed like you were nodding your head, but...
My friends aren't ready. Next time. There will be time.
Of course.
We have many rotations around the Phoenix or whatever.
Exactly, yes, you're starting to get it.
Yes,
Maybe
I'm
even
starting
level
to
3.
get it. Ooh.
We could also sign you up for extra bingo cards,
Yep. Yeah, I do want that.
room service.
Yes.
Would you like the gourmet Jar-Arth inspired dining experience?
What the hell?
I'm sensing from my friends that they don't want that, and I hate to eat alone. So no to the special one. Well, how much is the special one?
What are we at right now?
Yeah, what is the total?
For the base fare, there'd be 180 gold pieces, an additional 20 gold pieces for 3 folks to get the drinks package, an extra 50 gold pieces per person for the exclusive dining experience, and yes to extra bingo cards, that'll be an extra 10 gold pieces each.
So what's our total? What are we at?
I'm no mathematician, but I believe 260 gold pieces.
Okay, you know what?
man.
Scrap the dining thing because I'm just remembering that my good friend Clay here has dietary sensitivities, and I don't want to. Well, they'll probably be handling their own thing. So we'll just do the rest, and that would be
Gluten.
Gluten for you. Oh,
Well, it's more like a. I just think I shouldn't eat it. There's nothing actually I can't. It's something I can't eat it.
oh.
Preferences?
Clay doesn't eat cheese.
Yeah, lactose.
Lactose. Like I can eat it. I feel like I shouldn't.
Yeah, what's your deal with lactose, Clay? Where did we land vis-a-vis cheese on sandwich?
I don't like it.
Good. I was right. I am a good friend. Okay. So I think when we knock off the packages there, we were something like 150 gold pieces for everything we talked about. Sound right?
Bingo and drinks included. That would be 210.
Clay, how much money do you have?
I have 100 gold, but I did see a fish come out of the water earlier, and it was armed. Is there any compensation if we get attacked by fish?
Of course, as long as you sign up for the additional insurance package. For an extra 10 gold pieces per day, your flight or your passage is guaranteed. You will be safely returned, and if not, we will provide a very nice funeral service at the Jar-Arth Learning Center.
Oh.
Of course, that just comes with the basic funeral package. If you want the more advanced funeral package with a eulogy and floral wreath, that would be extra.
Cool. So 210 gold pieces all in, and without the insurance because we're unkillable. That sound good to you too?
Can we pay when we get here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Of course, it would probably be preferable if you paid now to ensure you get seats on the ship.
How many seats you got sold already?
Most of them.
Insight.
Go for it.
Fuck, I got an 11.
This ship's almost full, man.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
You seem skeptical, and I understand that, but you must understand that we're not just going to Cabarrus, we're also going to Sarposin afterwards.
And that's included.
Of course, if you desire to stay in the ignorant shadow of ignorance.
You understand. I'm sure you've been through this before with people who are a little wary of new teachings and just trying to absorb all of this new knowledge and...
Dullards, we call them.
Ow?
Not you, sir. No, never you, sir. You, sir, are soon to be enlightened by the blinding light of Jar-Arth.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, you can understand my... I wouldn't call it skepticism or like... I wouldn't call it an extreme doubt of your character or...
Never, sir. Never, sir.
Yeah, motivations or, you know...
Can I tell you something?
I mean, is it possible maybe you just like slap the bonuses onto her package and you just give me the lowest one just to, you know, dip my toes into it and save us some money?
Oh, that's so smart.
Can I tell you something, sir? And I mean this with no disrespect, I think you would really benefit from our self-confidence teaching package. It's a bonus package that Jar Arith offers. In addition to teaching about the wonders of the round world, he also teaches about self-confidence. He's somewhat of a motivational speaker. He's motivated me in many ways.
Good plan. I love it.
For an extra 15 gold pieces.
No.
We'll make sure that you never have to capitulate to a man like me again.
Because I was thinking, you guys, we don't need 3 unlimited drinks packages. We just need 1 unlimited drinks package. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's not really the worry here. The unlimited drinks is actually kind of cheap.
Yeah, we're doing the drinks.
We can cut your drink package, and we'll say it all comes down to 205. And you don't want the bingo? Fine. 200 flat.
I want the bingo added back. 205.
205.
Faunalyn.
I'm going to cover 105 of that. Who's got the other 100?
What?
I have 100.
Clay, cough up.
What has happened?
We need tickets on a boat. This is the boat. Might as well have drinks.
We could take that boat. The other one. We could take the other one.
The humiliation.
Take the other one. We can take the other boat.
But this
Don't need to go on this boat.
but this boat is gonna wait till late for us and our rich friend.
No, it's gonna cost 600 gold pieces. Do you think they're just
No,
gonna?
our friend is going to pay 600 gold pieces.
Sorry, excuse me, sir. Can Tickathon or whatever your name was? Can you just step away for just a minute, please? It's a private matter, and it's totally just about money.
They're unenlightened. I'll work on them.
Of course. And he takes one step back, turns around, and just stares at the portrait of Jar Arith.
Okay, yeah. Okay, listen. This is obviously a very exciting opportunity, and we're gonna get to the anchor's chain, whether it's on this boat or it's on that boat. My argument is that maybe we get to the anchor's chain with a little bit of money left. If we go on this boat and we add all the add-ons, we'll be broke and probably a little dumber. I think that we need to be smart right now, and the other boat is already maybe leaving later, you know? And also, do you think they're just going to let us get on after we promised them 600 gold pieces?
Well, I'll just say that my rich friend died.
That's not going to cut it.
That was my plan.
We're going to be on the hook for 600 gold. And you know what? I bet we'll have to pay it off in servitude to this weird circle cult. I always thought orbs were a weird, unnatural thing, and now it's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, more of a sphere cult.
Sphere, circle, whatever. Both of them give me the heebie-jeebies.
He doesn't even understand the difference.
Flat, two-dimensional, like all things should be.
Okay, if you want to take the bad, ugly boat with the annoying captain with the bad accent, which without unlimited drinks and no bingo, sure, we can do that. Because I am magnanimous.
Hold on, I'm going to say something that, you know, might hurt your feelings.
Go for it.
Today, or in the last 24 hours, you are prepared to spend all of our money. One, me bringing your brain back, and then you're forcing Clay to spend her saved money.
Yeah, I splurged on the carriage ride from the church yesterday. I feel like this is a little too much.
Okay. You want to do the bad, ugly boat? We can do the bad, ugly boat. And for the record, the only reason we have any money is because I took a lot of drugs and got punched in the rice bag like 15 times. So...
Yeah, drugs that Glimki bought for you, though.
If I might.
Nope, you're not in this conversation. Sorry.
Oh, I just had a special discount I wanted to share with you, but okay.
No.
Yeah, share the special discount.
No. You can go on this boat. I'm going on the other one.
No, just hear the discount, Glimki,
So
and then we'll go.
I could cut down the cost of the fare to an even 150 gold pieces if you sign up for a 2-week commitment at the Jar Arith Learning Center.
What did I just say?
That's amazing. Let's do it because we don't have to really do it. We can escape, but let's do it.
No. Please, I'm begging you. This
How much
is
is the other boat again?
50 for 3 of us.
Oh, that's a way better deal.
Is that the best likeness of Jar Arith that you have? this portrait?
I mean,
It's a little bit poor work, in my opinion.
oh,
It doesn't really show him off that well. For the price of 130 gold, I'll do a better portrait of him for you. If you commission me, I have a sample of my work here if you want to see.
Holy shit. She's a genius.
I just feel like it gives a bad image for the Round Zav Society to show this poor image of your founding scholar.
I'll be honest, it was the most off-putting part of this.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting.
Gross, ugly.
make a persuasion check.
God, that's good.
Can Clay get advantage because we both dogpiled?
Okay.
I wish we had gotten there sooner, because that's genius.
I rolled a 14 plus 4, 18.
I mean, it would require you to sit with him for probably an extended period of time to...
2 weeks?
Oh, you think like during the... Well, you should really be taking notes during the lessons.
Yeah.
But maybe he could carve out some time from his schedule in the evenings. Do you think you could get a portrait done in 2 weeks?
Yeah, definitely. And for an extra 20 gold, I'll throw in like a better model of that Sphere Zav on your visor.
Huh. I tell you what, we'll cut the fare in half to 90 gold for the three of you. No perks. And for you, you can have half price fees for all classes at the Learning Center for the duration of your stay. Your friends will have to pay regular price, but...
Just shake his hand.
Okay. Deal. If you want more than one visor, then that's going to be some extra gold.
Of course. I understand how the game is played. We have an accord.
We have an accord, and I'll pay for that.
Perfect. You can sign here, here, and here. We are not responsible for any accidental death or radicalization that occurs in our care. And that should be good. Okay.
Thank God.
He hands you 3 tickets, and you notice that, like, inscribed upon them is sort of just the details of your stay, the 2-week educational package, and you are released.
Did you guys feel good about that? Don't you feel so good about that?
Wait, is the boarding time still 1 p.m.?
We'll see you at 1 with your 600 gold.
I didn't say our 600 gold. I said our friend's
Amala's.
600 gold.
Yeah, but I brought that up. They're not. We're fucked.
If we sell the Prima ring that we just got, is that worth 600 gold?
No, that's going to be more important.
Glimki, as Clay suggests that, you pull out the box and you open it. Mm-hmm. And you see it is empty.
What?
An illusion! Tig! No!
Damn it, Tick. I want to look off into the sun and smile wryly and be like, that son of a bitch.
What if we steal some owlbears and then hijack the ship?
No, guys. No, the boats are right here.
You paid for.
Glimki is reaching like from the dock out to touch the. It's right here. I can almost touch it. We're right here at the boat.
A fish man jumps out, gives you a high five, jumps back into the water.
That can't be normal. Why is that normal here?
So what I was thinking we could do to get on the boat is show up with one of us in disguise, pretending to be someone super rich, and then to be like to have them offend me before, or like whoever's doing the impersonation, and then be like, I'm not getting on this boat, and it's your fault, and no one else is, and then quickly do a costume change and then run back on board and be like, okay, let's leave.
Wait, I have another idea.
That good, something better, please.
What if we go confront Tick about the illusion of the ring? Be like, you said you would give us the payment that was due, and we ask him to illusion 600 gold for us instead of...
Oh, you smart, wily, sneaky, wily, beautiful cow. Let's do it. And while we're there...
And we steal an owlbear, and then we hijack the boat.
Oh, yeah, we steal, wink at Clay, an owlbear. We steal it right onto the Prima asses.
No, we tame an owlbear.
We tame
make
it,
friends.
wink. right on
By
them.
1 p.m. tomorrow, Glimki will be on that other boat. That's what's going to happen.
As our three heroes debate departure times and ways to save themselves 600 gold that they simply don't have. The sun burns bright above them in the Pearl District of Erdenine. The anchor's chain calls, but we're putting it on hold for a few more hours. And that's where we'll stop tonight's episode of Bard Soup.
One day we're going to get on a boat.
One day, tomorrow.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Bard Soup. I have been your Dungeon Master who had to record this outro 4 times because my mic wasn't working, Zach Meikle, joined by Prima Zhao as Clay Campbell, Jordan Johnsen as Glimki Treefellow, and Shannon Meikle as Faunalyn Vaydark. We've been having a lot of fun making the show lately, and if you've been having fun listening to it, we would love if you would leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. While you're at it, follow us on Instagram or TikTok at bard_soup for some really great artwork, memes, and while you're at it, because you're obviously such a big fan, head on over to bardsoup.com for even more great artwork done by Prima and some more good stuff that we'll add soon. We will be back in 2 weeks with chapter 21, so in the meantime, stay frosty, and we'll see you then. Bye. When you look into Clay's eyes, it's often like looking into the eyes of a cow. Minus the intelligence. Barring the intelligence. Not minus. All right, let me try that one again. Your boy was getting a little too poetic. It is like looking into the... It is like looking at a cow. When you look into... She's a cow person! What do you want from me? Nonverbal.
Meme.